Hi everyone, this is my hot button behavior plan and discussion. My name is Rachel Sines and I am currently a pre-K teacher, so this course has really helped me in my current role. I have listed the table of contents here, so we will firstly review the Code of Ethics and Child Rights, then the hot button behaviors, which will take us to the plan for before the behavior, during the behavior, and after the behavior, and then lastly we will finish with a reflection of the course. If I was going to write a code of ethics and child rights, they would be to provide a safe and welcoming learning environment for all children, to recognize and respect all families, cultures, and beliefs. You must not discriminate or have any biases towards any of the children or family members in your class, to support the students' needs and provide a culturally inclusive learning environment, to use open and honest communication, to build positive relationships with the children and their families, to continue to grow professional development and learnings, and to provide fair assessments of all children. Next, I have my hot button behaviors. I have listed 3 behaviors that push my buttons. These are hitting, not listening, and hurtful words. I will break each of these behaviors down into emotions that I feel with the behaviors and their impacts, as well as my responses. The first emotion is hitting. The first behavior, not emotion. When children hit each other, it makes me feel disappointed. It hurts me that the child decided to hurt their friend rather than talking to them or asking for help. I try to help the children understand why we don't hit each other, and I help them learn and understand better solutions. By being honest but calm with the children, I can help them learn about their decisions, and the child will begin to trust me as we build a good relationship. The better the relationship is between the child and myself, the better the relationship will be with the child's family. If I am helping the children learn and not getting frustrated when they make a mistake, the more likely it will be that the families are understanding. I will also explain to the child that I can help them resolve the conflict if they are unable to do it on their own. The next behavior that I have listed is not listening. When the children are not listening, I can feel frustrated or like I lack control. I always make sure to take a step back and breathe before I react. I remind myself that the children are only 4 and 5 years old and they are still learning. I will try to get the children's attention by being more entertaining, or we might even take a break from the lesson. Sometimes we do music and movement, and this helps the children get their energy and their wiggles out. I do not react to the children with any frustrations. The children will learn that not listening or ignoring the teacher does them no good. They will see my enthusiasm and learn that I want them to have fun and be entertained. The families can work with their children to be respectful and teach them when they need to listen and pay attention. The families will see that I care about their child and I want them to learn and have fun at school. The last behavior that I have listed here is hurtful words. When the children use hurtful words to either a teacher, a parent, or another child, it makes me feel very sad. I will express my feelings of sadness to the child so that they can begin to understand that the words they are using are hurtful. I will help them think of nice words that they can say instead of the words that they used. We will build a trusting relationship where the child feels safe and heard. I will help them say things in a kinder way. The children will learn that words can be hurtful. And the families will see that just because their child hurt someone, they are not a bad person, and they are still learning. We must help them learn with each situation. We will talk about the situation and learn to understand why the child said those unkind things. For my plan before the behavior, there are many things you can do. When a child starts pushing my buttons, I can stop what I'm doing, take a few deep breaths with or without the child, and come back to the situation to discuss it with the child. I can take care of myself while also supporting the child by making sure I eat a well-balanced diet, getting a full night's rest of sleep, and taking time to reflect on my days. I can make changes in the environment to support the child. For example, if there are activities that the children in my classroom enjoy, like the magnet tiles, I will ensure that there are an appropriate amount of them for the children to play with. I can also create areas that help the children calm down or relax when they are feeling overwhelmed or sad. To best support young children, teachers must understand the influence of early attachment patterns and the neurobiology for early years. This knowledge can help teachers to have patience and compassion for all children, especially in the children's most challenging time. Your relationship with the child and the family can also help you to better understand why the child has this behavior and where it's come from. Also, knowing about the child's history and culture can help you understand why the child is acting the way that they are. Next, for during the behavior, I have listed a couple of strategies here that I do. Breathe slowly and deeply while focusing on breathing. Relax your muscles. Take a step back and count to 10. Use positive self-talk like, I got this. Hold and squish a stress ball. Tag a colleague in to support the child if you need a break, and take a break. I've also included this little infographic here, which shows a great visualization of a couple things you can do to help calm yourself down, which can be very helpful during a behavior challenge in your classroom. You can also help support your child by doing these things with them. So maybe you both count to 10, maybe you both take a couple deep breaths, maybe you both take a break. It could be taking a walk or sitting down in the library in the classroom, things like that. Then for after the behavior, I've also listed some things that I do. So I take time to breathe, most importantly. Self-care is also very important. You need to have a cool down time. Maybe you find a colleague and you check in with them or reflect on what happened and how you reacted. And always find positive ways to reconnect the child to help strengthen your relationship. You don't want one behavior situation to destroy the relationship between you and the child. You can take time for self-care by maybe asking for a break, stepping out of the classroom, maybe getting another teacher to help you. I'd say the best reflection to do is daily reflection. The more reflection you do, the more that you can continue to grow and become an even better educator. Resources that I have for support are my other colleagues, my classes that I'm currently taking for early childhood education, as well as continued development classes that I am taking. And I would say that my plan does align with my code of ethics and child rights because everything is focused around the child having the best environment and care for their education. I've also included a little infographic here with some calm down and coping skills. Everybody's going to have a little bit different coping skills that work for them, or maybe some that don't work for you. So it's really important to find what works best for you. And then lastly, I have my reflection here. And it looks like it got cut off on the bottom, so I'll make sure I fix my reference there on the bottom. But I have listed quite a few different things that I am really taking away from this course. Firstly, a high quality preschool. Teachers should be warm and caring. They should have positive relationships with the families as well as other teachers. Teachers should help learn how to play, work together, and make friends. And they should plan activities so that the children can participate and include every child's family, language, and culture in the program. Although this might seem pretty basic information, I think it's really important that all teachers know and understand what a high quality preschool looks like. The next topic that I took away from this class is about classroom environment. The classroom environment serves a huge role in the child's behavior. Even infants and young children are affected adversely when significant stresses threaten their family and caregiver's environment. So the better the environment is, the better you're going to support your children in your classroom. And I think that's also something that's very important. I've seen lots of classroom environments that are lacking. Another topic is transitions. You can help make transitions easier by working with parents to determine the skills needed to make transitions successful. Look at your schedules, routines, and transitions, plan ahead, and have all materials ready. Use music, songs, or predictable noises to signal transitions. You can also turn transitions into games. This is something I took away as transitions are very important. And lastly, observations. Writing objective and accurate observation notes are created by only writing what you see and hear. You should avoid using any judgment about a child's feelings, intentions, and motivations. You should not describe your own opinions, and you can ask yourself questions like, am I describing this child's behaviors and interactions in a same or similar way that someone else observing this child would do? And I think that's really important because as I continue to grow as an educator, I will be making more observations, and the better my observations are, the better they're going to serve me. And then lastly, I have my references on this page. Thank you so much.